Mayeru.
Sunburst saw many sponsors coming forth to support the work of MDAS and the Student Assistance Fund of SOTA. Now it gives us great pleasure to acknowledge the sponsors and supporters who have made this concert possible and whose support will definitely make a difference to the beneficiaries of MDAS and the SOTA Student Assistance Fund.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank our main sponsor, OCBC.
We are now also pleased to invite on stage a representative of main sponsor Standard Chartered Bank, Ms. Eva Ang, Regional Head, Corporate Affairs, ASEAN and South Asia, to receive a token of appreciation. Ms. Ang, please. Ms. Ang is receiving a work of a whale. Please remain on stage, Ms. Ang, for the photo taking later.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great pleasure now to invite on stage Mr. James Koh, Director of CapitaLand Hope Foundation. CapitaLand, through its philanthropic arm, CapitaLand Hope Foundation, is the presenting sponsor of Sunburst for the second year in a row. CapitaLand Hope Foundation was established in 2005 to further CapitaLand's community development commitment to building people, building communities. The foundation promotes the social growth and development of underprivileged children with respect to their education, healthcare, and shelter needs. The foundation also strives to improve the quality of life for the vulnerable elderly in Singapore. Mr. Koh received a work of a shop house. Please remain on stage, Mr. Koh. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Sunburst concert has raised $250,000 for the beneficiaries of MDAS and SOTA Student Assistance Fund.
We would now like to invite our guest of honor, Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Tan Chuan-Jin, on stage to witness the honors.
Accompanying Mr. Tan are Mr. Wong Wei Kong, Editor, The Business Times, Singapore Press Holdings Limited, Mr. Kenneth Chan, President of MDAS, Mr. Loh Lik Peng, Chairman of SOTA.
Now, Mr. Wong Wei Kong and Mr. James Koh will present the check to the representatives of the two beneficiaries. Mr. Wong and Mr. Koh, please.
Thank you, Mr. Wong and Mr. Koh.
As an expression of their thanks for the efforts that have been put in for this fundraising, we are pleased to invite Mr. Kenneth Chan, President of MDAS, and Mr. Loh Lik Peng, Chairman of SOTA, to give a token of appreciation to the organizer of Sunburst, Mr. Wong Wei Kong. Mr. Wong will be receiving a print of a parrot.
Now, Mr. Wong would like to present a token of appreciation to our guest of honor, Mr. Tan Chuan-Jin, for having graced this occasion. Mr. Tan, please. Mr. Tan will be receiving an artwork of the Malayan. Thank you, Mr. Tan, and to all our sponsors. You may now return to your seats to enjoy the rest of the concert. The fundraising concert would not have been made possible without the generosity of many sponsors, which include
Silver sponsors DBS, OSIM International, Propnex Realty, StarHub, and Straco Corporation Limited.
sound partner Media Variants,
Special thanks to vocal coach for MDAS, Miss Irene Jansen.
videography by Mr. Chen Chi Meng of Flex Video Productions,
Piano technician Mr. Lim Hock Seng, and sign interpreter Ms. June Ang.
Sunburst is produced by Global Cultural Alliance, and we would also like to thank Artistic Director Mr. Jeremiah Choy.
Multimedia artist Joshua Kwek, assisted by Miss Melissa Lee.
Technical Manager and Sound Engineer Mr. Varian Tan.
Lighting designer Mr. Jim Chang.
And the entire production team led by Mr. James Tay.